In this video, you're going to learn how to use cruise control inside of the Polestar 4. There's only a single type of cruise control that's available, and that's going to be the adaptive cruise control system, so pilot assist. So the way that works, you set your speed at, let's say, 50. If the car in front of you slows down, yours will automatically brake. They change lanes, you change lanes, it's going to pick you back up to your previously set speed again. In order to actually use this system, it's done with the buttons along the left-hand side of the steering wheel here. As you go to drive, you'd push the button here. It's not going to work because I'm currently not driving, but it'll set you at your current speed, at least 30 kilometers an hour, so about 20 miles an hour for the system to actively work. From there, once it's set, if you wanted to increase your speed, you can push and hold up or push and hold down in order to decrease at 1 kilometer, 1 mile per hour at a time. But you can also do a click up or a click down if you wanted to decrease at larger increments. You can hit the brake pedal to cancel or pause your speed. You can push the cancel button there to cancel or pause your speed, and then you push in the button there in order to resume your previously set speed. From there, there's also distance indicators here. So there are 3 unique levels, but I want you to think of that like a 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, for how close or far you are from the leading vehicle in front of you. I'm personally okay on level 1 most of the time, but you might want to be on 2 or 3, just depending on your own personal comfort level. But play around with those settings a little bit until you get used to what you'd like. From there, once the cruise control system's enabled, you can push in again, and that's going to adjust out between either the pilot assist or the pilot assist with a lane following system as well. So the car's not self-driving, but when the lane markings are recognized, you notice that it'll change color, so it'll go yellow. And it's going to keep you perfectly balanced in your lane as long as those markings are recognized. It is a fantastic system. Inside of the infotainment system, if you go into, you've got drive options. First one is creep. So the way that creep works is think of it like an internal combustion car. You take your foot off of the brake pedal when you're stopped, and you're just going to very lightly creep forward. Hill descent control is going to be a low speed cruise control system, so under 40 kilometers an hour in order for that one to work. You can change up the power, how do you want the steering wheel to feel, and things like that. But under assist, you've got different assist options. So pilot assist, where it adapts to the speed limit. So let's say if you've got the cruise control system going and it goes from 50 down to 40, it'll decrease your speed automatically. If it goes from 40 up to 60, it can increase your speed automatically as well, and that's based off of the posted speed limit. There's also the option for lane change assist here as well. So on highways, interstates, if it's available, you'll notice another little icon in the cluster screen. You hit the turn stalk to go left or right. It's going to check to see if there's anybody next to you, and it can auto change lanes. You do still need to be gripping the steering wheel, so it's not self-driving, but it gets very, very close at the same time. You can toggle the lane keeping aid off. So if those lane markings are recognized, you start to veer over, it'll nudge you back into your lane. And then there's also a driver alert monitor. So if you're looking too drowsy, things like that, the vehicle is going to let you know that you should probably take a break. And there are some other pretty useful ones here, but a full walkthrough on the infotainment is available down in the description. But let's go through a quick little test drive, and I'll show you how the system actually works, because it's really simple once you get the hang of it. And honestly, I use cruise control all the time. Highways, interstates, residential streets, things like that as well. It's just in case somebody does something stupid. They're not paying attention, they cut out in front of you, you aren't paying attention, you lose focus, sneeze, slam on the brakes, etc. I think it's a pretty useful feature. Here we go. So this is perfect. So if you're coming up to a red light, if there's nobody in front of you, you have to brake yourself if you've got the cruise control system going. So it doesn't have red light recognition, but there is some stop and go capability inside of the vehicle here as well. So as we have the light turn green here for a second, you're going to push the button in the middle along the left-hand pad, and that's going to toggle the cruise control system on at your current speed. Again, you have to be going at least 30 kilometers an hour, so about 20 miles for it to actually toggle on. So as we go green here, we can tap the button here in order to toggle the system on. And I'm on a 50 road, so I can keep on pushing up, so 1 at a time, in order to decrease by 5 at a time. From there, I can push and hold up or push and hold down to decrease 1 at a time. So hold on, let's change lanes for a second here. So right now, you can see in a second, it'll go yellow. So that means that the lane markings are recognized. Like I said, it's not a full self-driving car, but if you lose focus for a second, you're rubbernecking, etc., it can keep you perfectly balanced in your lane. So it's a very smart system from that perspective. If you hit the brake pedal, as we cross over here, you then have to hit the resume button in the middle there in order to resume your previously set speed. And like I mentioned, it does have stop and go capability, so it's slowing the car down without me hitting the brake pedal. If it's not speeding up fast enough, you can hit the accelerator pedal at any point in time if you wanted to speed up faster yourself. And like I said, it's bringing us right down to a stop here, so nice and slow. And from here, you've got your distance indicators. So those 3 unique levels that are available. Like I said, I'm personally okay level 1 most of the time. The car is pretty smart from that perspective, but you might want to be on level 2 or 3, just depending on your own personal comfort level. As I mentioned, if you ever hit the brake, you can also hit the X button there if you wanted to cancel your speed, and then you push up again to resume your previously set speed. From here, bringing us right down to a full and complete stop, and we're stopped from there. And there is some stop and go capabilities, so after a few seconds, it'll start bringing you back up to speed again. You can always start driving yourself and then push resume to resume your previously set speed. The other one that I mentioned here, so because we've got the lane system turned on, so we toggle it on here and we're yellow across the board. That means that the lane centering system is enabled. If we toggle it off, then it's just going to be the adaptive cruise or the pilot assist system instead. But I'm personally a big fan of driving with that system. You can see here, starts driving automatically again. So full stop and go capabilities, not speeding up fast enough, throw down that accelerator pedal and have a little bit of fun. But if you want full walkthroughs, you want to know how to use all the different steering wheel buttons, go through the cluster screen, the infotainment, etc., you'll find full walkthroughs down in the description of this video. But that's how you use the cruise control system inside of the Polestar 4.